We've all dreamt of it, haven't we? That fantasy of discovering a long-lost masterpiece tucked away in the attic, or stumbling upon a priceless artifact at a weekend garage sale. It's a story we tell ourselves, a little spark of hope that the ordinary objects surrounding us might hold extraordinary secrets. For one young woman on the US version of Antiques Roadshow, that dream didn't just knock on her door, it was literally holding it open. She arrived at the show with an object that was, for all intents and purposes, a part of her home's furniture. A heavy, dark, vaguely classical statue that had served a single humble purpose for years, a doorstop. It was a familiar friend, a silent guardian against slamming doors, and in her mind, worth little more than its weight. She guessed its value at around $15, the price of a couple of coffees. She was about to find out how wonderfully, dizzyingly wrong she was. The story of the statue, as she relayed it to the show's expert, was steeped in the kind of casual, loving family lore that makes these discoveries so magical. It wasn't an heirloom passed down through generations of discerning collectors. It was a find by her grandmother, a woman with a keen eye for the curious and a heart for her family. She got it either at a flea market or at a garage sale, the young woman explained, a fond smile playing on her lips. That's where she gets almost everything. You can almost picture the scene. A sun-drenched Saturday morning, tables laden with the beautiful debris of other people's lives. Amidst the mismatched china, old tools, and dog-eared books, the grandmother spotted the bronze figure. It wasn't its potential value that caught her eye. It was something far more personal. She got it for $15, $20 probably, the guest continued, and she got it because my sister, Portia, my dad, and I all like Greek and Roman mythology. She just saw it, and that's pretty much the only reason she got it. It was an act of love, a simple, thoughtful gift that connected a grandmother to her family's shared passion. The statue wasn't an investment, it was a symbol. A little piece of Olympus to grace their home, even if its only job was to prop open a door. For years, that's what it did. It endured the scuffs of passing shoes, the bumps of vacuum cleaners, and the general indifference reserved for purely functional objects, all while holding a secret history in its metallic heart. Enter Ernest Dumichel, one of the show's seasoned experts. As the guest placed the heavy object on the table, his demeanor shifted. Where she saw a doorstop, he saw a story waiting to be told. His hands, accustomed to handling priceless artifacts, treated the dusty figure with a reverence that was the first clue something was amiss. He listened intently to the story of the flea market purchase, his expression a perfect blend of professional curiosity and genuine delight. Then he turned his attention to the statue itself. He pointed to a faint signature etched into the base, Emil Hebert. This, he explained, was the source of the family's confusion when they tried to look it up. Well, one of the problems that you had when you were looking him up was that his first name is Pierre, Dumichel revealed. So you had to know that this signature, which is here Emil Hebert, is actually Pierre Eugen Emil Hebert. With that single piece of information, the world of the humble doorstop cracked wide open. This wasn't some mass-produced decorative item. It was the work of a recognized 19th-century French sculptor. The guest's eyes widened. The air grew thick with anticipation. Dumichel wasn't finished. He continued his examination, pointing out the exquisite details that had been hiding in plain sight. What I like about the piece is that first of all it's bronze, he said, his voice carrying the weight of his expertise, and it has the gold Dora inlays on it, which are very, very nice. Under the bright television lights, you could suddenly see it, faint, honey-colored glints of gold that had been dulled by years of dust and neglect. Then came the final, stunning piece of the puzzle. The expert located a date on the sculpture, 1867. This wasn't just any year. For this specific piece, it was everything. He explained that this very sculpture had been exhibited at the prestigious Salon in Paris in 1867, where it won a gold medal. Let that sink in. This statue, which had been unceremoniously holding open a door in an American home, had once stood in a grand Parisian hall, admired by the art world's elite, and crowned with one of its highest honors. It had traveled through time and across an ocean, its celebrated past completely erased, only to be rediscovered under the glare of TV cameras. The moment of truth arrived. The guest, still reeling from the historical revelations, was about to have her perception of value completely shattered. After Dumachel gently suggested that a professional